Saudi Aramco test manifold as per SAES A004. According to Section 5.7.4 of the SAES A004, testing manifold shall be approved for use and maintained as per the requirements in Appendix B. Manifold approval form is available in Appendix C. In this image, you can see the main components of the test manifold according to Aramco standards. In general, we have the following components. First is isolation valve. Second, there is one check valve. Then we have a relief valve. Then one bleed valve. Then one pressure gauge. At the bottom of the manifold, there is an emergency drain called valve blow down. At the end of the manifold, there is a downstream isolation valve. Appendix B SAES A004 test manifold requirements. Before employing the pressure testing manifold in the actual system pressure test, it shall be separately pressure tested to at least 1.2 times the system test pressure and not less than the discharge pressure of the pump used for the pressure. This is a sample certificate of a test manifold approved in an Aramco project in Saudi Arabia. In this certificate you can see the Hydrotest pressure that was tested, the manifold, and the holding time of test. The manifold must be well tested by another company approved by Aramco. Also in this certificate you can see that is valid are only for 3 years and all manifolds need to retest every 3 years. Test manifold requirements. As per Appendix B SAES 004. The test manifold shall be designed by the responsible engineering group and constructed to meet the minimum system requirements and approved by the engineering division head in operating facilities or responsible PQM/senior supervisor in new construction. Test manifold shall have 100% NDT of all welds. Material specification and grade for the structural, pipes, fittings, hoses, flanges and gaskets as applicable. All materials used shall be traceable to manufacturer's test certificates or MTC. External surface blasting and painting of the manifold. As per point 5.12.6 SAES A004 pressure gauges. All gauges and recorders shall be calibrated prior to use. The calibration interval shall not exceed 30 days prior to the test date and calibration certificates shall be made available to inspection personnel prior to commencement of the pressure test. Stickers shall be applied indicating the latest calibration date. All gauges shall have a range such that the test pressure is within 30 to 80% of the full range. A minimum of 2 pressure gauges are required for the test system. One pressure gauge shall be on the test manifold and the other on the highest elevation point of the system to be tested. Point 5.7 SAES A004 protection from overpressure. All systems, piping and equipment, while being pressure tested shall be protected from being overpressured by the following. Pressure test relief valves of adequate capacity set to relieve at 5% above the test pressure shall be installed unless the test pressure is less than 85% SMS, at which time it can be set at 10% above the test pressure. The relief valve shall be tested, dated, and tagged within 2 weeks prior to the pressure test for new construction projects, and within 3 months for maintenance operations. In addition to the pressure relieving device, a bleed valve shall be provided to protect the piping and equipment from overpressure. The bleed valve shall be readily accessible in case immediate depressurization is required. An isolation valve shall be provided between the pressure testing manifold and the system being tested. The isolation valve shall be rated for the manifold test pressure when in the closed position.